Good morning, guys, from Shadow to the Light. Beautiful morning here in the southwest of France. A million thank yous again for people who've watched the videos, who have commented, who have given me some amazing feedbacks. I always like to start with gratitude, guys, because for anyone like myself who's doing these videos and putting this content out, it means the world to us, because we're a bit nervous doing videos, putting ourselves out there, but it is for the greater good. It's to try and keep people's spirits up, and it's on that I want to get straight into it. I want to do a little link here that a good friend of mine called Chris Hill is on www.beatmyaddictions.com. He has saved thousands and thousands of people's lives who have struggled with addictions all across the board. He deals with mental health issues. He is doing a free one-day seminar which you can catch online via Zoom on the 25th of April. It starts at 9:45 and I think goes through till 6 o'clock. It's in my video on my page, Shadow to the Light, where I'm near the beach. There's two links there that you can access, but like I said, I'll try and link them to this video, but I'm not a technical person, but I'll do my best. But it's www.beatmyaddictions.com. Chris Hill. If you need any further details, don't hesitate to email me and I can update you. But it's really worth looking at, guys. He does free workshops on Mondays. He works with doctors who are working in Canary Wharf. He's a real inspiration. He'll tell you about his story about him losing his twin brother to addiction 3 years ago. He started up a foundation called the Rob Hill Foundation. I visited 2 of his workshops, guys, and he's really, really cool. He does live lockdown videos every morning. You can catch him, Chris Hill, Facebook. And it's there I wanted to start a little bit, especially, well, in France. We've just had Emmanuel Macron, the president. He addressed the nation on Monday evening, and he informed us that we'll be having another 4-week confinement. Now, there's a lot of stuff building up steam here into, is it necessary, isn't it necessary, is this a big thing, or is it the elephant in the room, is, you know, with the conspiracy theories going on. For me personally now, I don't want to get into that, because I think there'll be 2 mindsets. There'll be the people, and both mindsets are validated, but there'll be the mindset of people who will have sunk a little bit deeper in their chair. They'll be stressed, they'll be fearful, they'll be angry, they'll be frustrated, and then there'll be what I think is the only way that we can address this is, okay, I know what it is now, it's till May the 11th. What can I do now to make that 4 weeks the best I can make them in the situation? And the last 3 videos I've done, there was a lot of motivational content, like change the way you think, change the way you feel. This video I want to be a little bit more technical, but it's the same kind of message, because I think 3 little changes that you make, and if you implement every day, by the time this 4 weeks is gone, and it could be extended, we don't know, you'll be in a better place. So let's start again. The reason I always touch on about at night times, about getting phones away from you as a temptation, because if you understand the mechanics of the brain, you have a chemical that's released as we start getting into evenings called melatonin. And what it basically does is it starts relaxing your body, telling your brain that it's going into an evening shift. We've got to start relaxing. And this is why we start feeling sleepy. You don't go from conscious straight to sleep. You have that process. So going into your bedroom, guys, this is for a good night's sleep. Going into your bedroom, little things that are just so easy to do. Make sure it's clean, tidy, nice clean sheets, comfortable bedding, you know, quite minimalistic. Like I said, go into a book, because the reason I talk about screens is the melatonin, it's convincing us that it's nighttime. It is nighttime, and the screens with their blue lights, what they do is they activate something in the brain which convinces us it's still daylight. That's why we find it difficult to fall asleep. Also, you have the very strong possibility that you'll scroll through certain platforms, pick up some negative feedbacks. You know, everyone's validated in how they think about this elephant in the room. So we have to show empathy and compassion for everyone. But before we get to sleep, we don't want that in our minds, do we? So, like I said, that's why I talk about the phones a lot. And we need to just relax, get a good night's sleep, 6 or 7 hours sleep, guys. It's a little boring fact, but I think not a lot of people know this. The brain weighs like 3 pounds, and at any one time we have 20% of the energy in our body running that brain. So whether you're asleep, whether during the day, 20% of our energy to keep that brain going. So if you've not had a good night's sleep and you're running the next day on half your capacity, that's why your mind ain't that sharp. That's why you kind of get lazy thoughts and you just want to sit there, you're not motivated. And it's getting to know the mechanics of this guys, that you can actually put 2 and 2 together and get 4 instead of 5. That brings me on to my next point about anxiety and alcohol and cigarettes, and also about, say, some soft drugs like your marijuanas. Look, everyone wants to get out of this boredom factor. So what's the easiest way to do that? You biochemically change the way you think. And how do you do that? Is you just think and feel sorry. How do you do that? You pick up a bottle of beer, you pick up a cigarette, you have a joint. And these are good ways of relaxing and chilling out. But when people are in a negative state of mind, it's very easy to feel like you haven't got the purpose to get up in the morning. The kids ain't got to be at school. The house can like just take its time to get done. So what we end up doing, guys, is we start maybe overconsumption. We may start drinking a little bit earlier, and then before we know it, we're doing a lot more booze than we want. We're probably smoking a little bit more than we need because we're not in our offices, which are restricted non-smoking, or in our workplaces. We're at home or in the garden. So you could just be... This is all toxins. This is all dampening down the good chemicals that flow around in your brain that we need at this time. We really need to fight the abnormalities that, no matter how positive we are and how we stay, are happening, because we're in a situation as humans we're not meant to be in. So what I'm trying to say is we build up this resistance from inside out, so we protect ourselves from inside. So that's why overconsumption of alcohol, guys, will increase anxiety, will increase restlessness at night, will increase, feeling rubbish the next day. So we need to get a real good night's sleep, and they're just little tips. You go into a mode when you're sleeping, it's called the theta mode, which is just before you go into your deep sleep, which is like almost a hypnotic state. So read an empowering book just before you before you start sleeping, because what you start reading, I keep mentioning books because they make you go to sleep naturally. What you start reading in them sticks because you're in this theta mode. I'm rolling on now until the morning. You've had your good night's sleep. You wake up in the morning. We always wake up groggy, which again, we're in the theta mode. We've gone through four parts of sleep, when we come back round into theta mode, which again is us just before we're conscious, we're waking up. This is a fantastic time to show your gratitude. Show gratitude. I keep saying this, but it works, guys. It feels strange and odd doing this at the time, but it works. Get up. Don't get up, just lay there. Just lay still. Look around as you're coming through into your conscious state, and show gratitude for whatever you want. Show gratitude for the day you had yesterday. Show gratitude that you're above ground breathing. Show gratitude you've got a roof above your head. Your kids are safe. You've got a cupboard full of food. Your day then starts. You jump out of bed and your day starts with you being quite grounded. If you've got the telephone there and you're in this theta state I was talking about, what we can do, guys, is we can pick the phone up. We don't need to think about anything because we're in our kind of theta zone, subconscious. And what we do is we scroll down, we check Facebook, we check Instagram, we check all your other bits. You go into your friend's post, they're scared because of what's happening. Again, I fully understand that, but you're programming the mind to have a particular type of day. You know, if you've read about, I mentioned in the last videos, mortality rates going up, scaremongering going on, this is all contributing to the type of day you're having. When you get up, what basically happens, guys, a quick note, is 95% of our day is always in our subconscious, our learned behaviour. And if you and the children are clashing and you and your spouse are clashing, please just take this as a note. Normal life, you go about your day, you get up, you have your coffee, you go to work. That is a subconscious program that's running. You've done it for so long you don't even have to think about it. You're 9 to 5 going about your day. You drop the children off to school, it's their subconscious program running. The teachers are telling them when to sit, when to eat, what to learn, etc., etc. They're going about their day. Your wife or husband's going about their days. What happens? Everyone comes home. It's again kind of another subconscious program where you're used to doing this every single day. I mentioned it in the first video. You kick the cat, kiss the wife, whatever. But it's a program that's running. What's happening now, guys, is all these programs are being put together, and the brain and the bodies, they're out of sync because you're not doing what you normally do. And that's why you may be finding that the children and you are clashing, you and your spouse are clashing, because all it is programs that are running out of sync of what they're normally used to running in, and they're clashing. What do? We touched on it before. We have to get beyond that and rewrite the program. So by showing gratitude, good night's sleeps, cutting down on alcohol, go to my friend's link I'll give at the beginning of the video, who will give you amazing tips about the effects it has, etc., etc. Rewrite the programs. Kids love structure, they don't want to be shouted at. They have a fear as well. If you rewrite your days by making days events, I know it's a repetition, but it's just about getting beyond the old analytical mind and changing the way you think. So with your wife, again, if you've got walks that you guys do the walks together. Healthy, I think, to do walks separately, alternative days, where you can, rightly so, just be in your own zone and work this stuff out yourself. I hear people in apartments going, I haven't got a garden. Little tips, little curtain up, make a little corner where you can just put some headphones on, 1 hour a day, a little roster with the kids and with your spouses. Look, this is the hour I need just to listen to meditation music or stuff like that. We mentioned before, there's journals to keep, which it's all about putting any built-up anxiety you've got, any feelings that you've got. Journal works fantastic for that, because you can let out a little bit of steam, and the steam doesn't go off in your children. But just be aware, so aware, guys, that everything at the moment is just totally against everything that we are programmed to be. Humans, we're meant to have liberation, we're meant to have freedom, we're meant to not have our capabilities of work being took away from us, which is, again, being in a positivity mindset with work, which I'll touch on in more videos. It will get you to that place that when this is all over, you'll be in the strongest position you can in your mind. So just to recap, if you find yourself drinking a little bit more than you should be drinking, please visit my mate's page. It's all free, guys. There's no link to any pay or nothing like that. This is all free. www.beatmyaddictions.com, Chris Hill Facebook page. Email me if you have any psychological problems you want to talk about, or you just want to chat. Be just kind on yourself. if you do have negative thoughts, as I mentioned before, allow yourself 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day, address them and go, right, that's it. I've done with the negativity today. Plenty of exercise, your food intake, prepare your food beautifully, cut it into nice sizes, you know, with the kids, prepare the food, get a good diet going, you know. It's for 4 weeks, guys, May the 11th. It is what it is. Don't put your energy into stuff that we can't change. I mentioned that before. Just plan the days you want, and it all starts from a good night's sleep and gratitude in the morning. And I keep reinforcing this message because once you finish your day with a good night's sleep, and then you begin your day being refreshed and showing gratitude, the world is your oyster. It's a beautiful sunny day here, and I hope this message finds you well. Shadow to the light, davelanders47gmail.com, and big love. And again, I'll always say this, whoever's been affected by this, my heart goes out to you, your families, everyone. Be safe, everyone, and let's keep the society spirit high. God bless.